What's up, everybody? This is Voices from the Tower. I'm your host, Matt Prophet. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We did a video yesterday, and my dumbass failed to check. We'll do an audio check, so we're gonna have to re-record it. So, yeah, I promise to get better.
Yay!
So on
At
Voices
5 a.m.
at 5 a.m. on a fucking Saturday. Well, Sunday now.
Sunday.
Shut up. I haven't gone to bed yet. So today, to redo our conversation from yesterday, is we're gonna talk about some Endgame stuff, light level matters, the kid banging the walls on my end, not your end, guys. Don't worry. Um, the content drip. We might even touch on the Bastion quest that dropped. So
A lot of rage.
rage? No, never. We would never rage. So I'm joined by Gil
A lot of
Kain,
constructive criticism. Yeah.
joined by
Hello.
Jabberjockey. So
Hey, what's up?
guys, let's just kick it off again in regards of Endgame talk in Destiny, not the movie. What do you guys think of it? Jabber, your thoughts on Endgame from a PvE perspective?
Okay, well, let's gauge it from when Shadowkeep dropped. Of course, we got the standard campaign. We got a raid, which was pretty cool. We got a dungeon. We got a lot of new activities to do. We got new things to chase. Everything was fine. The only thing was the season pass. A lot of people were worried because when you separated Shadowkeep from the season pass didn't have much. I mean, Vex Offensive and a couple other things. So now we are near the end of January, and we realize that the new season pass model really isn't working out very well. We don't have any actual in-game activities. We have a six man match made activity. And don't get me wrong, there's Legend Sundial too, but there's nothing to chase. There's nothing to go for at this time.
Jonah, any thoughts on Endgame for you? I know you're more the comp PvP.
In game and PvP. Please, Gail Kane, tell us what's up.
Probably his batteries died.
Looks like we're having a problem with that audio at the moment.
Oh, sorry. I was fucking. I'm eating leftovers from Applebee's. I didn't want to make noise. So yeah, nah.
I love this so far.
like I was saying, like I was saying, whenever I was muted, like there's literally no fucking thing to do. Once you get like all the pinnacles and one shitty ritual, then what is there to have? You can like scour like activities for god roll to use in PvP, but I mean, it's like Daniel says, it's like every other gun has the same perks, and it's just like what's the point? There's nothing distinctive to use. It's like you can use a just a just to say like an energy and hand cannon, or energy and kinetic hand cannon, both having outlawed kill clip or rampage. But I mean, if you just have a better feel on another one, you're not using another one.
I mean, well, in that case, on like what you're saying, I don't know if you remember the other night we were playing with we were playing Banner, and a guy was literally killing us with Traveler's Judgment, which is the blue weapon we start
Yeah,
off
see,
with.
but like,
Or was it Traveler's Chosen? What it was?
yeah,
The one we literally start off with, and
Traveler's
he was
Judgment.
murking us
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it. So it just goes to show that we had God roll weapons. I think you were using Revoker Luna. I was using Last Word and something. And this guy with a blue weapon was top of the leaderboard.
Right.
It shows you that PvP is
Right.
broken. Like they have to compensate for the exotic weapons and the legendaries and the blues, but I don't think there's that big of a discrepancy besides maybe perk wise. But if you're a good PvP player, just in general, you can jump from Call of Duty to Battlefield to Halo to Destiny, and if you're a great PvP player, you're gonna excel with a blue weapon or an exotic weapon. and that's where the balancing. There's not enough balancing. Like I should have to slap on an exotic to take you on, Jonah, not 1v1 with you and might have a chance if we're both using Lunas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, back to the point. There's no point on in PvP right now. Iron Banner is literally fucking stupid because I mean it's literally like you're chasing.
Hold up. Re-say that you're breaking
We're just
up.
playing just to play it. Um, there's no point on playing fucking Iron Banner
Oh wow,
because I mean,
there.
what you just
Oh, we
get
can
a
hear you.
fucking pinnacle drop, and I mean, what like a good fucking god roll on a what's that fucking granny launcher?
Storm of the
Storm
Raven.
of the Raven.
Yeah, Storm of the Raven. Like that's literally all I like. The only reason I play fucking Iron Banner, Storm of the Raven, Pinnacle, Battle. That's it. Like, and I'm just have to go against high level players who are fucking living this game way more than I do, and I'm gonna just have to go through that shit. Why? I mean, I guess just because the game's fun, right? Nah, fuck that. I want more incentives.
And going back to the PVE aspect is, um, this is for all three of us. I'm personally getting tired of the 6-man activity. Like Menagerie was cool. Um, the last
There's
one,
no twist to it.
the Vex offensive was very lackluster. You can tell that they made it concurrently, and had no idea how popular Menagerie was. And then Sundial, they did a 180 off of that. It's rewarding. I know, we get 4 drops once you unlock all the obelisks and whatnot. I just, I, I'm getting tired of it. And that's sad to say because Menagerie for me was the highlight of the Season of the Opulence. I mean, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Season of the Opulence was Destiny's best season to date,
Oh, definitely.
and it wasn't even made by Bungie. It was made by, was it Vivendi or somebody? Like somebody else was. It was a backup studio.
Vicarious Visions.
Vicarious Visions. There we go. Like that says something when Bungie didn't even make the best season of their season passes in the last,
And
year and a
because
half.
if anything, those people had fresh like ideas to bring us to the table, and they weren't like so like convoluted with like the mindset that Bungie already carries. Coming from like Bungie.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like you could literally see that, they're jumping from Season of the Drifter to Season of the Opulence. It was a big jump of PvP aspect. I mean PvE aspect that you didn't see with Season of the Drifter. I mean, Season of the Drifter was very hollowed out. I mean, I think that's when I grinded out my Redrix. I did 5 resets in a season. You only do that when you're really effing bored, and I was really fucking bored.
Oh yeah, I think I got Redrix that season too.
Yeah, it was beyond stupid. And that's where I kind of wanted to bring up. Do you think Bungie needs help from another studio, like whether it's using the money they got from that big payout from that Chinese company to purchase another studio, or even rejoin with Microsoft? Because I think they already burned bridges with Sony and Activision. Jumping back, I mean, Phil Spencer always talks about how much he loves Bungie, loves Destiny, and I think he was the first one that actually tweeted out congratulations to Bungie for breaking away from Activision. I think there can be a deal worked out between them where, Bungie keeps their identity as an independent, but they're able to use Microsoft's money and sub studios to have another Season of the Opulence. I don't know how you guys think about
I
it.
think I think Bungie needs to have a cup where people can fill it with ideas, and we could see that cup being filled by Bungie to like top it off. Yeah, they fuck with this cup of whatever it is, and they're gonna finish it off just because they see it's a good idea, and it's time for us to consume it. But they don't have much voice. I mean, like I think our community managers are shit. They're fucking.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they don't have any true power. They're just community managers.
But I know, but like I mean,
I'd like to talk
they need
directly to a
like
developer
they,
occasionally.
I feel like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the cup that, I mean, the cup that holds the fucking drink, which is like, ideas and all this shit, is the fucking community managers. And I mean, or they're the handle or some shit. Something's gonna need to be grabbed in order to fucking be able to hold on to these ideas. And I feel like, the thing to grab is the fucking, you know, community managers. Because I mean, like Bungie hasn't consumed much from like the player base at all, and we haven't consumed much from Bungie that hasn't been rehashed. You know, I mean, dude, everything like I mean, Avalanche is literally 21% delirium.
Just
You
a
mean
very
Edwards?
no Avalanche or Edgewise, but they're terrible versions nonetheless. Edgewise is just a better Avalanche.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Uh,
let me go back to the other point real quick. You talked about should Bungie join with another publisher. You mentioned Microsoft. I just don't see that happening. They became independent. It would have to be a really good deal given to them by said publisher for them to actually break away from that. Because right now they are making really good money off Eververse, and let's be honest, off the season pass model, whether or not we're playing a lot or not. I just don't see him going with another publisher. And just to backtrack real quick, the six-man match-made activities you brought up, you're getting bored with it. Yes, we all are. I still remember Prison of Elders. Prison of Elders was pretty fun. I mean, it was a three-man match-made activity. You could go into 4 different sections. The bosses were unique. Here, the boss is a Scion with a different attack every week.
yeah.
We'll see what the final one, Inotam or whatever its name is going to be for its version.
It's
But
probably going to be Scion.
it's probably going to be a Scion throwing something at you. We'll see.
But
Maybe a Scion that can do all three. Electricity,
but you know what?
fire, ha ha.
Maybe that's a common denominator of it. Of like you, the best one that I've
I
seen
don't see the
here in
passion.
G
I don't
two
see the passion.
is the Mars event. What does it call it? Escalation Protocol. Every week it changes. Menagerie every week the boss changes, but
A new flavor, yeah.
With Vex Offensive and with this season, it's the same boss. It's essentially,
Well,
except
we're
like you said,
not
they
seeing
throw different things at
passion.
them.
We're not seeing passion in the activity because they know in 3 months this activity's not going to be there anymore. It's being thrown away. I mean, how
Oh
much
yeah.
effort are you really going to put into this elaborate activity if you know, well, it's just going to be there for 3 months and we'll move on?
Actually, thanks for bringing
That's a
bringing
good
that
point.
up. How do
That's a good
you
point.
is content being removed worth it? Them putting in an activity, because I think I mentioned it back even in Season of the Drifter or Season of Opulence. Like they rendered 801 obsolete by that season. Like her power drops were no longer +2 or +3 power drops. They were just +1. So even then they started like experimenting with removing content. But I guess now because of the limitations of consoles, whatever they have to, I wouldn't
I mean,
mind them leaving the content in there and just building off of that. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
well, I know Bungie said it's
Um,
not feasible.
Oh no, I mean console
well,
limitations are at its max right now.
yeah, at the end of the day, that's probably like, the fucking deal breaker. Because I mean, like what I'm thinking is like, how great would it be to have like a tower of like just constant level progression, where it gets updated through the season, but like shit stays there. Like how can I put it?
Like we built the
Yes.
tower, like we added things to the tower.
No,
Like every
yes, it's
season you
alright.
saw like I've seen it. But what do you what part of it
But
or
like
what?
you know how like well, let's just say like how it's like a level based thing, where like each level is like a different thing. But like let's say you start
Okay.
off at level 1, it's the same shit. But like but you have to but, like and you go to level 2, it's the same shit you've done before. But like let's say level 3 gets updated, you go to level 3. But let's say you have to go back to level 1. That's totally fine. You just gotta work your way back to level 3, and and face whatever you gotta face, and then but like update it where it's tasteful.
I mean, to go off of
Like
that, how cool would it be if, like, by Ikora, they left the gate there and they put, like, the Undying Minds like head or eye like hanging there.
That would have been cool.
And here, right, that would be cool. And then like in this season, they could put the cloaks of the 4 Silence that we're gonna kill, like hang them off of Saint ships, like his ship, like hang them there in the rafters of the hangar. Like that'd be pretty cool. Like you said, we build up the tower.
That'd be an exotic ship in Eververse. That'd be an exotic ship in Eververse. It wouldn't be in display.
Oh no! But I'm saying like hang them off the rafters. Like we would every season we progress. Like there's memories that we've done by beating.
That's
these
true.
bosses,
Yes.
Building
like
up the tower.
It's like putting up your championship banners. I mean,
yeah.
That's basically what that is, and I like that. But wait, let's segue real quick.
That would actually look pretty cool.
The only thing we got is Kate's plaque in the fucking floor.
Dude, I want a fucking statue of Cade. They should have fucking built a statue. But anyways, what we're gonna say, Jabber?
Let's segue real quick. You just brought up if there was a ship like that, it would be in the Eververse. Okay, guys. Now, whenever we beat the Scarlet Keep strike on the Nightfall difficulty, whenever we beat the dungeon, and whenever we beat the raid, a lot of the ships or sparrows that look like they belong in those activities aren't in those activities. They're in Eververse. Okay, this is in-game loot that used to be tied to activities, and instead they're being sold in Eververse. I don't want to run around only repping Eververse stuff. You know, there's no pride in that.
And
they're going off the deep end.
And then you're gonna see the free-to-play guys looking at like me, calling me a whale because I buy some of the Eververse stuff. It's like no, like some of it's cool. Like the ship should have been the Nightfall drop for Hostadune, and maybe the ornaments for the guns should have been dropping for doing solo runs, or solo runs should drop from the pit, the ship, like something like that. But you got an emblem. You're soloing it for an emblem and a number by the emblem. I mean,
for the fall.
How is that? Yeah, how is that fair to you? Like you should be able to rep a fucking like green crown of
they have an
hive
exclusive
energy.
Legendary ship that looks like trash. It's a regular ship with Eris's emblem on it. Really?
So I mean, I don't know if it's the fact they need to make money, so they realize they can't put that stuff in the game, so they know we're gonna buy it by putting it in Eververse. But I don't think that's right for even the free to play guys. Like, but then again, I feel like we're getting a little bit too negative. Like here, like we're going down that spiral.
Yeah, true. Well, I'm just saying that those are usually in-game aspirations.
So let me kind of steer this clear, like towards like more of a positive thing. Like, even though right now it doesn't feel like there's much positive, like the one thing that Bungie does know how to do is bring the community together. They did that, the Bastion puzzle. They did the Outbreak quest. They did the Whisper mission. Those are things where we get our friends together, we get the community together. That's one thing Bungie knows how to do.
Start too, no?
What was it?
Every raid to the start of it.
I hate to do this to you again, man. You're breaking up again. I didn't hear a single thing. You don't have to breathe on
like every raid from the start, like that too. Like everyone's on that raid shit.
Yeah, everyone's on Twitch. I'm looking at Dado. I'm looking at Glad. Like that. That's something that Bungie should be proud of. Like, you know what? There's a lot of downs this season. Last season, we're starting to see that maybe this might not be the model they can follow. But man, do they know how to bring us together? Like, I've never been part of a community to where you see, I wake up and I'm looking at Twitter because I want to see what's the progression on a puzzle. I'm, on Twitch at work. Shh, don't tell. Nobody tell anything. I'm on my phone at work, when I should be working on Twitch, looking at these Twitch gods try to solve this puzzle. Like, I mean, I've never been part of that. I don't think even WoW has done that for, World of Warcraft has done that for their community. Like, I mean, maybe they have and we haven't noticed it, but like, you hear news on Twitter, if when Bungie does something good or bad.
They made Halo.
Long live Halo.
Long live the chief.
I mean, the skeleton's there. I mean, the anatomy's there in this game. I mean, the gameplay is amazing, and yeah, I mean, the puzzle was great. I was We were all so interested, not just for the puzzle. Yeah, the puzzle was huge, but I wasn't going on, oh, I wonder how they're going to solve the puzzle today. No, we're on like, what is the mystery behind this puzzle? So it was a
Yeah,
great team building thing. The community was brought together. Hate to be negative. Yes, the reward, it wasn't great. It should have been something else, but it really was a great team building, great community exercise.
Y'all want to
it
know
really
something that might help the game?
Other than
uses
Factions.
Raise Lighter?
yes.
Factions. Because
Yes.
I mean, just from
Vendor
my
update.
experience, just from my experience from like Destiny 1, um, I remember just like leveling up my dead orbit, and I would get like, shaders and crap here left and right. I went rank up, but the more you rank up, the more you get chances to get rare drops from your vendor, and like, and it could happen anytime after like reaching a certain point. But I mean, it's just like that incentivized the player to like work on something, even like, you know, like that was like the best RNG the game probably had,
The
focused on.
weekly the weekly vendor refreshes from Destiny 1 weekly. They would update the weapons every week. Pledging to a faction, trying to level it up. I mean, those are little things that you could do in the lull. We don't have anything like that to do in the lull periods right now. We can just keep grinding the same activities, but we don't have that same thing we had in D1.
That's right.
I wouldn't know.
So to
Bro,
summarize,
my low
vendor
periods and
updates.
my low periods in Destiny 1 was like raiding, like the Vault of Glass and all this other crap. Being happy with my gear, even if it was shit or not, and just upgrading my shit. Like, cause like I mean it's like fucking Farmville or like fucking game that you have on your fucking phone. Like it's fucking like not pointless, right? But it's like just updating it and like getting things out of it from taking care of it. It feels good.
Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna have to wrap this up for today. So we're already hitting that. We already passed the 20-minute threshold. I want to keep it light. So thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for re-recording this back to back. I'm growing concerned that it's not recording, so I'm kind of eager to replay this and see if it captured it this time. So, Gail, where can people find you?
You can find me in my YouTube channel, Kain Flower, Kain Flower. You should know how to spell flower. And
Because you're a
you
beautiful flower.
can exactly, and you can use the same spelling in Instagram and Twitter. I'll be there.
Jabber?
Well, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.com/jabberjockey. He will put it in the description below. And also, I do have a YouTube channel. My name's Jabberjockey, but I'm known there as Jabberjaw.
2 A's.
So yeah,
Don't forget the 2 A's.
with 2 A's in the description
And
below.
you can find me on YouTube at MadProfit7, and or at MadProfit7 on Twitter, all one word. They don't allow spaces. So appreciate you guys for you've gotten this far, for listening. Leave any comments you haven't, below. Like the video, share it, subscribe, tell your friends about it. We could use the support. So again, thank you for listening. See you next time.